Who the fuck are these guys?
Who the fuck are these guys?
I'm Rich.
JS.
So, Bellator won something on at the same time as UFC 220.
Yeah, I had to switch back and forth.
On free TV. Now, the card, in my opinion, was better than the $60 card that used to be $50.
$55 if you get it on PlayStation. Shout out to PlayStation for a little discount.
But that's 10% off. And when it was $50, it was $45.
Yeah.
So, that price increase. Number one, they're increasing the prices without paying their fighters more. And Dana White will say, oh, we're the only people that give out bonuses of $50,000, da-da-da-da-da. Fuck all that shit. That's probably a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Now, Bellator, again, Reebok too. That's a fuck. Yeah. Reebok almost killed UFC for me because of I like seeing the sponsors.
Yeah.
I like that shit. I don't know why.
And it's more beneficial to the fighter. Like UFC's like slave dealing these fighters. It's like the fighters union really needs to step up and
people need to join it.
Yeah.
The problem is when you can be successful like Conor McGregor, you can't be part of a union.
Yeah.
Because a union does cap your level of where you can go monetarily because everybody has to get adjusted accordingly. But maybe the UFC has to think about shrinking how many fighters they fucking have. Yeah, it happens.
They need to make more weight classes, first of all, and so it could build more stars and then get behind their fighters. If you ask me, like, they get behind certain fighters. They sit here and baby these fighters and don't make them fight the top contenders. Conor.
Yeah.
Conor.
Mr. McGregor.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. And that's mainly number one thing. And then let the fighters have their endorsements. So the fighters can actually make their money because the Reebok deal is giving fighters, they're putting all these unknown fighters on for small dollars, small change. Here, fight this guy for fucking $5,000.
Yeah,
fight this guy for $10,000.
Then you got your Stipe's.
Then you got your same amount. Like,
it's not. This isn't communism.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, they made Stipe what he made fucking. You know what he made?
I haven't looked up.
I haven't looked up what he made either.
He didn't.
But
make
it was probably somewhere around $250,000 to $500,000.
It ain't enough.
It ain't enough. When you got people like fucking Ronda Rousey coming back to get stars for 46 seconds making
twice that, 3 times that, 4 times that.
Exactly.
With endorsements on
not
the
even
side.
having to do fucking media, not having to do anything.
No.
Like they're showing too much favoritism to people that ain't holding up your company like they should be.
Well, also that aren't performing.
Yeah.
You're only in fight game. You're only as good as your last fight.
Exactly.
So if your last fight was a head kick by Holly Holm, when you come back, I don't know if you should be fighting Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get that spot? Nah. But it's good you're getting a star over.
They wanted to make that money. It was a money grab.
But at the same time, that money, no matter who Ronda fought, that money was there. You could have had her fight somebody that, number one, either she could have beat.
Yeah, they should have done Betch Correa or somebody like that.
Well, she already beat Betch.
Yeah, let her beat her again.
Yeah. Or
get a win under your collar.
Oh, I'm trying to remember who Amanda Nunes just fought, who she just beat. Because Ronda was never
Valentina.
Yeah, perfect.
Controversially beat Valentina. She didn't do much.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to fight again.
But have her come back against Valentina Shevchenko because, number one, if she wins, she's earned the fight. She's earned the right to fight. Fucking
blast through Ronda.
But then, look, now you have 2 stars. You already have Amanda Nunes, who became a star when she fucking starts fucking Miesha Tate.
But her numbers are still abysmal.
Oh, her numbers are still abysmal because she's not marketed. They don't. It's amazing with all the LGBTQ whatever the fuck shit that goes on in the world that they're not promoting an openly gay champion. It's just weird. I don't know what it is.
Well,
I don't personally
look at the promo they did for her fight with Ronda.
Yeah, it was Ronda. It was Ronda's comeback fight. It had nothing to do with her.
Nothing to do with like, and which is crazy because she had some serious knockouts before that.
Yeah, and she walked her down with her hands down.
Oh man, she humiliated her
in Reebok gear.
Yeah, and just threw her aside and bang bang. I give Ronda her chin is fucking definitely tough because she didn't get dropped.
We digress.
It's the small victories that count. We digress. I know, right? Onward to Bellator, how they take care of their fighters and let their fighters, you know what I mean, let the fighters prosper, which is
what it seems just like Bellator.
Scott,
if you've noticed,
Scott Coker.
Yeah, I think he's still the one that owns it. But what they've done is they built stars. Like what you're seeing right now is WCW, which is the UFC. Unfortunately, right now with the NWO, Conor McGregor, against WWF with up and comers like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. That's what you're seeing. They got talent.
Well, I mean, this is an opportunity for them.
Oh,
huge talent. And I don't know why, like they could, and I don't know why these fighters are like, you know, the brand. It's the brand, UFC. Yeah. You know, they want to be by that brand. I mean, Bellator is... It is
Bellator, but they have the, MVP. Michael Venom Page.
One of the best fighters on this planet.
Michael Chandler.
A fucking dangerous man. That man fucking goes...
Rory McDonald. Like, these aren't old fighters. Like, these are people that are young. They understand the game. They've been in the UFC.
Did you remember the cat in the beginning that caught the dude with the body shot?
Oh man, I don't remember his name.
I don't know. Who the fuck is that guy?
I want to know who the fuck that guy is.
Because that body shot was, oh my God.
But that's the other thing too, is when you're watching, they put everything was on free. Like the early fight card was on this website, I can't remember which fighting website it is. The prelim was 2 hours. 2 hour prelim. And what they did was they put like 2-0 against fucking 3-1.
Yeah.
They're making his professional debut. They are taking from the mud at the proper time slot, which is just on the internet for fans that are like me that
watch that hard fan that watch the under prospects. So who the fuck are these guys?
So they do that 2 hours. Then they go on, I guess, the Paramount Network now, and building up. Again, this is free TV. Nobody's paying $60 for this product. And on free TV, they gave you one title fight with Roy McDonald, and then they gave you 2 legends, albeit Rampage just stopped. They gave you 2 legends in the heavyweight main event.
All right, so
look at the comparison. The WCW was unable to make stars. They'd get a star and everybody would get pushed underneath. So people started going to WWF because they saw like Stone Cold, who was stunning Steve Austin in WCW, being able to make steps. So everybody started jumping. WCW starts losing fucking money. UFC got bought for $4 billion. That's a loss off rip.
Yeah, that's a super loss.
So how long? My question is, if Bellator plays their cards right, how long until the UFC is bought by Bellator for fucking pennies on a dollar?
I don't know.
This is a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
Because the UFC, you have fighters that are realizing their worth, but are unable to get the proper money through sponsorship. That's it. Look at NASCAR racers.
Yeah.
Look at their cars. Look at their fucking that shit. That's what they get paid off of.
Exactly. Sponsors. That's what these fighters get paid off of.
That's not in the UFC.
Not in the UFC. Is one.
When you get a contract, you're getting paid this. You might win a bonus, but you're going to be up against the best in the world that are fighting, and who knows. And it's usually the top guys that are going to get a little extra money. But that Reebok money is still nothing.
You got the bull guy, you got the mouth for that.
Yep. But then you got Bellator that's got several.
If you got the mouth in the UFC, you can get yourself propelled to a level that is like all those contracts and shit are non-binding. You get it.
Well, Connor's the first. Connor's the first. They got
other stars. I mean, Ronda. Yeah. Ronda did it. Fucking GSP did it.
Look, now Ronda's going to WWE.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see that probably a lot more, but it's
Michael Bisping did it. These motherfuckers get paid millions for Michael Bisping gets paid millions for his fight.
He gets paid $500,000.
He got paid $1 million for the fucking
Maybe
one of his fights.
Yeah,
one of his
maybe
fights.
GSP.
For
Maybe.
I know he's got.
But he's also got Fox. Like there's only a handful.
Fox is a whole different.
Yeah,
that's another job.
And there's only a handful. Bellator, literally, you saw how they presented everything. They do use a lot of pro wrestling. They got the jumbotron. They got entrances. At the beginning of the fight, at the beginning of the show, they open up with the main event facing off in front of the audience. That's amazing. That is amazing. They are in a perfect position right now to bury the UFC and own them.
They gotta put these fighters though from the UFC. The good fighters need to either stand up and get what they deserve,
or they're gonna go to Bellator.
Yeah, they need to go to Bellator.
But that's the thing. Watch a lot of them start going to Bellator.
See Tyron Woodley versus MVP.
Oh, I'd love to see that fight. I'd love to see that fight because MVP is a fucking animal.
Yes, he is.
I'd like to see fucking Michael Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez again.
I mean, Rory McDonald beat Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, and Rory McDonald just beat Douglas Lima.
Oh man,
like Hematoma was woo. But that's what I'm talking about. Again, Douglas Lima. These are stars they've built from the fucking ground up. And the UFC is getting to the point where they can't match the money based off sponsorship.
The UFC's got a lot of problems they need to iron out for these fighters.
And then us as a fan, we're starting to they increase the price.
They're making us pay
for a less valuable product.
Yeah.
So if that's your business model, while Bellator's business model is free TV,
then the next like 3-4 cards, the next lineup of cards is only like 2 good fights and then unknowns.
Which there could be some stars in the making, but that's not how you sell your product. In Bellator, if you play your cards right, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because the way you guys are presenting your product, just seeing that face off at the beginning of the fight, even having Goldie on commentary is huge. Yeah. Is huge. And John McCarthy, you got room to improve. It's your first night. You did good for your first night. But like Bellator, woo! Be on the lookout. Don't be surprised if in 5 years UFC is getting to be a memory. Because it didn't take too long for WCW, a multi-billion-dollar company owned by Ted Turner, to go belly up and get bought by Vince McMahon.
That's who the fuck are these guys?
Who the fuck are these guys?
And that's our take on UFC and Bellator and what they can do. And
victory.
If you like the content, check us out on Patreon.
Level Up Media.
Level Up Media.
LVL.
Check us out.
Level.
Anything's welcome. I mean,
peace.
Victory.